Phil said, thank you for the introduction. My name is Mo Liebman, and I am the chair of JNF Future Montreal, if you guys didn't know already. Thank you guys so much for being here. You could be doing anything else in the world, but you're here. You joined us on Zoom. We appreciate that. And I see some of you, and I say hi to everyone that I can see. And if you can see me, hi. We are here to launch the JNF Future Climate Solution Prize. How exciting is this? Does everybody see me? I only see myself now in the Zoom video. What would a Zoom meeting be without me only seeing? Oh yeah, good. I still see everyone. Okay. So instead of talking about the prize and introducing it, our friend Jeff Hart will do that. All I will say is that this prize and what I've learned about the prize from Jeff, from Stefan Waknin, is that we can make a difference. If we put all of our efforts together, we will make a difference for years to come. And to me, it is an honor to be part of such an initiative. I really believe that we're going to be talking about this prize for generations and generations to come. So being part of the groundwork for this is amazing. Now back to the script before I get an earful from my friend Phil. This is what's going on. JNF organizational DNA is deeply rooted in environmental work. It focuses on social infrastructure, amongst other things, but you don't want to hear from me? Phil, play the JNF video, please.
Together with JNF Canada, we're able to conserve the historical heritage of Bet Eshel.
Together with JNF Canada, we build a village for autistic people to live safely and independently.
Together with JNF Canada, we have created a physical activity program to help children with chronic diseases and disabilities.
Together with JNF Canada, we're expanding our facilities to enhance the vital work being done here at the Dr. Dalit After School Center.
Together with JNF Canada, we are building an international pediatric cardiac center and children's hospital for children from Israel and from all around the world.
Together with JNF Canada, we're going to build a new activity center that will help the needs of teens, children, and young adults of the Negev.
Together with JNF Canada, we're addressing the urgent need for mental health care in our psychiatric clinic and psychotrauma center.
Together with JNF Canada, we are restoring and rehabilitating Ben Shaman's Forest.
Together with JNF Canada, we're enhancing the lives of the community.
Together with JNF Canada, we've built a safe haven for girls with severe disabilities and complex medical conditions.
Together with JNF Canada, we're building a beautiful foster home for the children in Israel. This is the place. Beautiful, look.
Amazing. Thank you, Phil. I get goosebumps every time I watch that, and I think it's the 10th time I've seen it. Tonight, again, this is brought to you by JNF Future. What is our goal in JNF Future? It is to connect Montreal's young adults to, oh, my baby's crying. Sorry, Meow, see you later. Young adults to speakers, fundraisers, missions in Israel, and how Montreal can contribute to Israel. I've been involved many years in different institutions, different organizations, and I'm so proud to be part of this. The potential with this initiative is the biggest potential that I've ever seen in any initiative I've been part of. JNF Future engages and energizes young leaders between 18 and 40 years old who are committed to innovation, environmentalism, and community development in Israel. The diversity and the potential of this organization is an incredible one. I believe that. I'm not just reading off of this paper. The ability to mold the story and to be part of this lasting legacy is amazing, and we should take up this opportunity. I believe in spreading this world and spreading this word and the story of Montreal. We can develop and build Israel together and make for a better place in the world. Our planet is calling. Be a part of the solution. Get in touch, get involved. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram at JNF Montreal for all Climate Solution Prize. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Mo. Our next speaker for tonight is a man I've had the privilege of working with for just over a year now. He's a vital part of the JNF Future team, instrumental to the JNF Future Climate Solutions Prize team. It is my pleasure, it is my honor to introduce to you one of our event chairs for tonight, Stéphane Perez. Stéphane?
Hi guys, so I'm going to speak in French. Je m'appelle Stéphane Perez, je suis l'un des coprésidents du FNG Future, de l'initiative du prix des solutions climatiques. Des événements comme ce soir ne seraient pas possibles sans la générosité de nos formidables commanditaires. Nous voulons tout d'abord remercier Dorel, qui a fait don de 2 scooters Schwinn, l'un qui sera gagné lors du jeu Trivia et l'autre que vous pouvez obtenir pendant l'enchère en direct vers la fin de l'événement. Merci à Ron Nissim de Sametech, notre gourou de la technologie qui a créé l'application Trivia qu'on va utiliser ce soir. Et un grand merci à Liebman Legal pour son soutien continu et votre générosité qui est extrêmement appréciée. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Stéphane. Events like tonight, they don't just happen. They take tons of work on the back end. And of course, we need all of your support to make these nights happen. They cannot be made possible without the help of our sponsors, Durrell, Lehman Legal, Summit. I'm actually coming to you live from a socially safe distance location here at the Summit Tech Studio tonight. Thank you to Ron Nesson for all your help. You're going to see Ron's trivia app later tonight. If you've already joined us for IQ in the past, you know how great it is, and we're going to get to that a little bit later. Before we get moving along, if at any point you have questions, technical issues, a question for our speaker, for our Lutka demonstration, you want to bid and win a scooter, great Hanukkah gift, type everything you need in that chat. The messages come directly to me. We're going to do our best to answer all your questions tonight. Now, as you all know, we're here tonight to launch the Climate Solutions Prize. I've had the privilege of working on this prize for a couple of months now, and it truly is an incredible thing. For those of you who joined us last week at our AGM, we heard Stefan Waknin talk about it. The government's putting money into climate solutions. Celebrities are putting money into climate solutions, but it's not enough. Every single person needs to do their part. Now, I can sit here and sell you on it all night, but I think the best way to really hear about it and get your attention is from someone slightly cuter than me. So we're going to have another video for you. Take a minute, enjoy.
I'm worried about the future. This is my favorite place in the world, where I went to camp and spent special times with my grandparents. But what's going to happen to it? Will the summers get too hot? Will there be snow in the winter? The world's weather seems to be changing and it scares me. Something needs to be done to save our planet, but who's gonna make this happen?
"120 years ago, Israel was mostly a desert. JNF was instrumental in transforming the land and creating the Israel we know today. JNF helped Israel be one of the only countries of the last century to plant more trees than it cut down. As well, Israel and JNF exported their knowledge around the world, helping others fight back against desertification, implement efficient drip irrigation systems, and solve water shortages with leading-edge desalination solutions.
This knowledge, this experience can make a difference in the fight against what may be the biggest challenge of our time, climate change.
Do we want to lose all of this? Do you want once-in-a-lifetime weather events to happen every year? Fire, storms, floods, drought. heat waves. Is that what you want for your children? For me?
The climate crisis is real. Temperatures and sea levels are rising. Forests are burning. Extreme weather occurrences are happening at a faster pace. And the trend is only getting worse. By the time Emma has children, the world will be a very different place. In fact, even today, we are experiencing the consequences of our impact on the planet. So we need to find answers fast.
We believe the spirit of Israel, known as the Startup Nation, can be harnessed to tackle the climate crisis. And JNF, with its deep roots in environmental solutions, can help make that happen. JNF is uniquely positioned not just to safeguard its existing achievements, but also to build on them and make an even greater impact. The Climate Solutions Challenge, powered by JNF, aims to channel Israel's ingenuity to solve the climate crisis. With your help, we will award $1 million in annual prizes to the most promising, innovative, and high-impact ideas from Israel, as evaluated by a world-class judging panel. JNF Canada believes that Israel can be a solution, that the concept of tikkun olam, literally healing the world, can be given its ultimate meaning with this initiative. We are all part of the problem, but we can also all be part of the solution. Join us in making this happen. Help us make a difference we can all be proud of by protecting the future for ourselves and our children.
Please help secure my future.
That video doesn't get you thinking. I don't know what will. Before we get to the man behind the prize, the man with a vision, I'd like to introduce to you another part of our team, one of our other co-chairs for tonight, Ilana Edery. Ilana is part of our Climate Solutions Advisory Board. She is part of JNF Future, integral part of JNF Future, and we are lucky to have her. Ladies and gentlemen, Ilana Edery.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Alors, je suis Ilana Edery, l'autre coprésidente de l'événement de ce soir. C'est un événement, c'est une phrase, toute une phrase à dire, le Fonds national juif futur de l'initiative du prix des solutions climatiques. J'ai le privilège de travailler avec une équipe extraordinaire et j'ai aussi l'honneur ce soir de vous présenter l'homme derrière la vision. C'est grâce à lui que toute cette idée, cette initiative a été démarrer. Alors, accueillez chaleureusement Capitaine Planète, Jeff Hart.
Ladies and gentlemen, a little translation for those of you who don't speak French there. We're now going to hear from Jeff Hart. Jeff Hart is the visionary behind the Climate Solutions Prize. For those of you who joined us for the launch a few weeks ago, you heard him speak. You can't forget when this man speaks. He gets your attention. He gets you in there. Ladies and gentlemen, our captain for the Climate Solutions Prize, our 2020 and 2021 honoree, Jeff Hart. Jeff.
Wow. Merci, Phil.
De rien.
Have to. So again, I'm just going to talk very briefly tonight just about what this prize is all about and also how it relates to being Jewish and Hanukkah. Okay, so everyone here knows about, everyone here knows about record temperatures being set across the world. Once again, November was just recorded, just announced as the hottest November ever in the history of the world. And we all know that 22 degrees in Montreal is quite nice. We had a few days, it was crazy weather, but these days have consequences. The weather behind me, this was the weatherman back in May last year and 2 years ago, causing huge floods in the West Island. Well, this happened in 2017. It was supposed to be a once in a century freak. Then it happened 2 years later, once and again, leaving parts of the West Island unlivable. We've seen the fires raging across the world in Australia, in Israel, in Canada. We had it in Fort McMurray, Kelowna, and now they're starting up in Australia again. Temperatures again across the world. This is let's go this way. This is Stom in Israel, and the sign there is supposed to be 50 degrees. That's supposed to be 50 kilometers an hour, not the temperature. This was the temperature last year in Sdom. And not only are we having, again, heat waves, unprecedented, floods, like we saw in Montreal. This is Tel Aviv. This is in March in Tel Aviv, and this just happened again last week. This is an old slide of mine, happened again. So floods, fires, record temperatures. And I like to talk about one idea for the human people where, a lot of us are blessed, nice houses, we kind of focus on the day-to-day, our jobs, our family, the next meal. And it's kind of like we're, on the Titanic, this ship called Earth, and we're thinking about, how nice our deck chair is and who we're seeing for dinner. But, the nice thing about humans is that we can see danger approaching if we care. And we don't, when we're just in a rush to get to the destination. This is what happens. You saw the movie, but again, I believe that human beings and the people can make a difference. And that's how we tie into Hanukkah, because the Hanukkah story isn't just the candles. It started with the Jews and the Maccabees, who actually decided to change things up and not take the status quo of German and Assyrian rule. And they took action, and that action brought freedom and change in the land of Israel. And once they took action, God came forth with the miracles to make the oil last 8 days and 8 nights. And so if we, the Jewish people, take a leadership position once again in not accepting the status quo and making a difference, I think the message of Hanukkah and the Jewish light can shine in the world, because it's not just about attending great events. This is Montreal actually had the biggest climate change event as far as people coming to hear a speaker, but now it's about tachlis, about making a difference. And so I'm not sure everyone knows, but there's something called the Google Lunar X Prize. And there's actually many prizes that have changed the world, that have made big impact. This is one of them, where Google had a $6 million prize for the first private enterprise to get to the moon. And actually, Israel was the first one to land a craft on the moon. Unfortunately, it was in pieces, but nonetheless, it really inspired the Jewish people of Israel. It was called Breshit, and there was lots of research, jobs created, and now they're doing it again. So this, and actually it was the fourth nation after US, Russia, China to actually have a craft hit the moon. So just an incredible thing what the startup nation can do with the proper focus. And that's what we're looking to do with the Climate Solutions Prize, to focus the genius of the startup nation with $1 million a year prize for the best initiatives to curb climate change, to either prevent carbon release or to sequester that. And that's what it's all about. We also not only doing it in Israel, but $100,000 is staying within Quebec to also have a parallel Climate Solutions Prize. And we've had tremendous support. We actually just spoke to Leo Raz, a founder of him last week, who wants to take this to Dubai and have a parallel prize in the Middle East. People have been all over this. It's got great excitement for this Montreal initiative, which will probably soon be a Canadian one and a global one. When I was there, examples of success from Israel, there was something JNF and Technion helped one sponsor, which was storing energy instead of using batteries in compressed air silos. This company actually went on the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange and doubled in the past year from this innovation. And not only helps companies, it helps poor nations. This is a center in Eilat, which takes in the technology and figures out how to use it in rural villages, bringing solar power to take kerosene lamps that cause carbon change and bad air quality in homes of individuals. So this is like really all kinds of change that we hope to spur on with this initiative. And as I mentioned before, we're really thinking big. We have Denis Coderre on our executive, the ex-chairman of Montreal, the head of fundraising at National Bank, the chief scientist of Keren Kayemet Israel, and the Perez Center for Innovation, all on board in this really great initiative. We actually just had Nico Rosberg. He is a Formula One champion who helped launch Europe's largest climate conference. He's also on our international advisory. So excited about the idea to make a similar event in Israel for a global reward to really recognize and inspire the greatest solutions possible to solve the problem of our time. And one thing people sometimes mention to me is it's too big a problem for us. Why should we be doing this? But again, we go back to our Jewish roots, and Rabbi Tarfon and Pirkei Avot said, It's not your responsibility to finish the work, but you're not free to desist from it either. And the younger generation are going to inherit the problems. And so it's really the folks in JNF Futures especially who's really going to show the most passion for fixing this problem that they will inherit. Because if it's 22 degrees this November, what's it going to be like in 10 or 20 years if we don't reverse this crazy action that's happening, right? So again, I look forward to everyone thinking about the idea of Climukah be your guiding light in the year ahead and making the Climate Solutions Project your passion, as it is so many others. And let's make a difference we can tell our kids and grandkids about. Nes Gadol Haya Sham, you have a Climate Solutions Prize, and Israel made the difference. Thanks to all your help and passion.
Thank you, Jeff. Incredible as always. Now, running a little late, so we're going to get to a few questions here. I guess the number one question we're getting is, why a prize?
Okay, so the answer for that is really, again, Israel as a startup nation does not have a huge focus. They have some green tech, but they've been mostly focused on the internet, medical, cyber issues. And so how to get that great startup nation focused on climate solutions. And usually it's where the money is where people make decisions about their careers and the investment of engineers and their opportunity. And like I said, when they had the idea to get to the moon, there was a prize behind it. Israel, leapt forward and made that happen. And it's the same thing with finding the longitudinal lines of the world from 200 years ago. The first transatlantic voyage was a prize, Leipzig Prize. So there's a rich history of prizes which have actually changed the world and the dynamic of things and really inspired generations of entrepreneurs to make something happen.
Incredible. So a couple of months ago, a year ago, you're sitting at home, the phone rings. JNF wants to honor you. Where did this vision come from that, you want to take it back to the JNF DNA of environmental work, but take it to the next level? You're not just looking to plant trees. You're looking to go big or go home literally on this one. Where did this all come from?
So again, it kind of started with not what JNF necessarily wanted to honor me, but really looking at these great negative dinners and some of the prizes and thinking this is a huge problem, that all our efforts of planting forests could be for naught, right? With JNF's main work, whether for decades, if there's droughts and fires that burn them down, like what happened in Australia and was already happening in Israel. So how do we turn the tide on that? And really, if you look at the younger generation, all the surveys say it's their top issue, not economics. It's like, what are we doing about this thing that they see so clearly causing a problem? When those hundreds of thousands of Montrealers, march to hear Greta, they want action. And so we said, what better organization, what better country is set up to do something? And I'm a very proud Jewish person. And I said, what can be the Jewish response to this? Literal tikkun olam. So JNF was the best organization with its green roots to do this. Israel, the best country to do this. And the best way that I could express my Jewish pride in making this happen for our future generations, something our kids could all be proud of, that we did something. Because that's what our kids are looking at right now. What are you doing, Dad?
I think we could all agree we also have the best honoree behind the project right now too. I think a great question to cap it all off would be, we have a lot of people here, mainly aged 18 to 40, younger, starting off professionally, starting off with families. If it's not with major donations, how can people tonight, 18 to 40-year-olds, get involved? Whether it be, you tell them, explain to them how they can go. Because a lot of people, I talk to my friends, I say, guys, do you want to get involved? And they turn around, well, COVID, I'm financially strapped, times are tough. We know that. How can this group tonight get involved and be a part of the solution?
Right. So there's a couple of ways. And so number one is, yes, no question, any gift, no matter how small, adds up and makes a difference, number one. Number two, involve your parents, in an issue that's very big to you in that end. Number three is that, again, there's going to be a prize that we will have in Quebec. And so when we launch that, get involved in helping spread the word and get more applicants and excitements around that prize. And we hope to also have a green mission to Israel when travels allow. And it's really exciting way to see Israel. There was some incredible innovation there to come on a JNF mission and see what's happening in the land of Israel in the area of innovation and really express your Jewish pride in making a difference. Those are a couple of quick ways to get involved. There's going to be more events in the future that we hope to have some fun with. And those are my quick off the cuff answers.
You heard him. You want to get involved, visit the website, Climate Solutions Prize, solutions with an S.com. Send an email to info@climatesolutionsprize.com. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook at JNF_Montreal. We're constantly posting. We're getting the word out there. Jeff, we just got one last question that came in from Dan. I know you touched on it, but maybe we could just go a little bit more deep into it. Why Israel?
So a couple of reasons. So first of all, again, that's what JNF obviously is about at its core. We're here for the development of the land of Israel, but in this way, helping Israel in its what I believe is one of its core missions is being on the Jewish people and being a light unto the nations. And so Israel has more Nobel Prize winners per capita, startups per capita, ranks so high in so many innovations. So if you're a Jewish person, have a love of Israel, and want to make a difference, this is again, I think the biggest ROI and leverage for some of JNF's work and some of our passion for the country. And again, we also are having a JNF prize, a Climate Solutions Prize right here in Quebec. So we're very proud of that as well. And that's the best I can answer.
Jeff, incredible. As always, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Hart, the 2020 and 2021 Climate Solutions Prize honoree. Follow the project, climatesolutionsprize.com. Stay up to date, get involved. We need your help. We've heard from Jeff. We've heard from Mo Liebman, the chair of JNF Future. We've heard from Ilana Edery, Stefan Perez. There are two people who are here tonight, three actually, who were also, I lost count. We have big teams here. There's a few people here I want to acknowledge who are with us tonight, who help make tonight possible and help make every day possible for our projects. Tonight we're joined by Galit Levy, the Executive Director of JNF Quebec Region. We also have Karen Aflalo here, who I'm sure most of you know. If you don't, you will get to know her because campaign season's coming along and I'm sure your phones will be ringing. Karen Aflalo is the President of JNF Quebec Region. Tonight was made possible by our program director over at JNF Montreal, Amanda Lipkowski, who just came back from her mat leave and bringing you an event live, her 1 month in. Our other committee members who helped make tonight possible are Jonah Rosen, Noah Goodman, and of course, Ben Bright, who we're going to hear about later, who's involved in an eco-friendly project and is donating prizes for you to win just for being here tonight. So thank you to everyone who helped make tonight possible. Now, we talked about climate. We talked about winning prizes. We're going to get to the prizes soon. We're Jewish. We love to eat. So it is with my honor, my pleasure to introduce to you owner and chef of Falafel Yoni. If you haven't already checked them out, check them out. They're on Instagram. I'm sure they're doing tons of takeout right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I've known him for years, Chef Daniel Maislin.
Hello, everybody. Bonsoir. Can everybody hear me good? Everyone good? Where are you, Phil?
We're good, Daniel. We hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so thanks for having me, guys. Thank you to JNF for hosting tonight and for your work. I'm sure these are good things you guys are doing, felt all over the world, not just in Israel. Amanda and Philip, thank you so much for honoring me with doing this tonight. There's nothing I'd rather be doing with my Monday night than getting burnt with hot oil and smelling like a latka. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Daniel, we appreciate you being here with us tonight.
So, yeah, a little bit about me. Daniel Maislin, owner of the Falafel Yoni in the Mile End district of Montreal, St. Viator Street. Very multicultural area, lots of diversity and a very big Jewish community, obviously. So a lot like the miracles of Hanukkah, this is a miracle too, to have my own business and to be a young Jewish entrepreneur. You know, it took a lot of hard work to get here, just like our people have done for hundreds and thousands of years. So connection to Hanukkah and my miracle that I'm standing in right now, they go hand in hand. Obviously you guys are all good Jews by being here. I don't have to go over the Hanukkah story too much, but obviously we're celebrating the oil. And what better way to showcase the oil but to fry our favorite foods in it? Because, you know, everything tastes better when it's fried in oil, right? Especially the potato.
Couldn't agree more.
And I think it's also important to show you that the potato also is very Jewish, showing our Ashkenazi and Eastern European heritage. You know, it was a poor person's food, didn't require refrigeration, and easily manipulated and stored well. So you think potato latka, obviously it's, you know, top 5, top 3 Jewish foods for sure. So that's what we're showcasing tonight, main event of the evening. Let's dive right in. I'll do a little demonstration. Everyone and their bubby has a different way to make latkes. A lot of the Jewish caterers and prepared food places like Solly's and Real Bagel, you know, they're doing a bit of mashed potatoes mixed in with grated. I'm going straight grated. I find that it becomes crispier. And, you know, there's 10,000 ways to make one dish. And what's right for a bubby is not right for an Italian nonna. So everything in the middle is up for perception, and it's just a matter of taste. So let's go. I'll move the camera down here a bit.
You can bring the camera down just a little bit more. Perfect.
So you guys are all good. You can see everything.
If anybody has questions for Daniel Maislin while we're going, type them into the chat. Don't be shy. He's here to cook. He's here to answer your questions.
Good. So I'm doing basically, I'll switch back up so you can see me again. You know, when we have people over for the holidays, maybe not this year, we're cooking 30, 40, 50 latkes. It can get very tedious and daunting. So the way I'm doing it is I'm separating my prep and my frying in 2 different sections. So what I do is I'll make my mixture and then I'll show you everything, but I'll just run it through you. And then I'll freeze them in their shapes. That way I can know exactly how many latkes I have. They're all consistent in size and shape. And when my cousins Sean and Andrew decide to show up, I don't scramble last minute to make more latkes. So here we go. So like I said, going straight for the grater. And much easier to buy a grater box, by the way. This is a bit ghetto, but that's all I got. So straight up.
COVID, tough times.
Of course, you gotta make do with what we got, right?
We gotta do what we gotta do.
So boom, a lot of latke recipes say not to get rid of that additional starch in the potato. What I do is I soak it in a bit of water for 10, 15 minutes, and you'll see a bunch of white foam actually come to the top. I like to get rid of that stuff. We don't really need it. So look, boom, all my grated potatoes right into my water over here, okay? Try to use cold water if you can. Boom. Bang this one out quick, fast. Under pressure from the chef. He's watching me.
Daniel, while you're grading, we got a couple of questions coming in. Arnold wants to know, what's the best type of potato to use?
Yeah, for sure. So russet is the best type. That's the type I'm using here. Typically, that's what most people are using for French fries. It's got a lot of sugar and fries very well and has a lower moisture content. So you'll see, I'll explain to you soon when I go to strain out all the water, the less moisture and the less water in your latke mix, the crispier your potatoes are gonna be. So obviously that's what we're looking for here.
Mo wants to know, can he get samples?
Come by the shop. There'll be some tomorrow. Hope you're not far, Mo. So boom, into this water. Obviously keeping my section clean as can be. Boom. Okay, so can you guys
keep the questions coming at you if you don't mind. David wants to know approximately how much time does it take to prepare this?
Depends. I'm only making a few latkes here. it depends how fast you can grate. I'm an expert grater. I've been doing this for years, so it doesn't take me long. But what I tried to say before is you can divide your prep and your frying day into two. So you can do all this the day ahead. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So let's pretend this has been sitting for 20 minutes. Now you see some of that white bubbles starting to show. That's the starch I was talking about. So let's fast forward. They call it Zoom for a reason. Okay.
Magic of camera.
So 20 minutes later, I'm literally, I'm gonna just move my camera a bit with my wet hands. Okay, boom. Okay, I'm literally squeezing out all this liquid, okay? You really wanna get it all out. There's a ton of moisture still locked in the potato. We'll do our hardest. This is where chefs get their carpal tunnel from. Boom. So I have two bowls, one that I'm squeezing into, and the other bowls where I'm going to make my mixture in. Boom. And this is good because come holiday season, you're making a lot of latkes for your family and friends. And I'm going to show you a few ways to not cut some corners, but to do things like restaurant style and have things prepared. Boom. Okay. Last one. I'm also doing about almost 1 egg per potato. So it's very eggy mine. It's not super traditional. Okay. So there we go. There's all my dry potatoes. One more time, just clean up a bit. So into here now, we have 3 eggs. Boom. And also, I forgot to mention, soaking the potatoes in the water while you're grating also helps to prevent oxidization. So you could be doing 20, 30, 40 latkes. It takes a long time. And putting them into the water not only gets rid of that starch, but you're also preventing them from getting brown. A lot of recipes call for grated onions. I don't. Thinly slice, give it a rough chop, throw everything in, okay? Boom. This is 3 parts all-purpose flour, 1 part cornstarch. This is just gonna help bind everything together, lock it all in. Salt and pepper. Boom. You can always add some a bit later. I'm going light on salt because when they come out of the fryer, I'm gonna re-salt them again. Okay, so here we go. A few variations. Also, you can add some garlic powder. Definitely some paprika is good. So here we go. We're just going to mix this up. And you really want a wet, sloppy, gross, tasty batter. Okay, boom. Okay, let this sit for another few seconds. There we go. So now I'm going to take it out. I'm just going to test it in my hand. I'll see if it's, yeah, this is holding together nice. This is going to be nice. Boom. You could always fry one to make sure the seasoning's right, but I trust myself. So I've done a little bit of cheating, and I made some latkes earlier today. Give me 1 second. So this is what I meant. We're gonna get them frozen and in their shapes, consistent sizes, ready to fry from frozen. Yes, my bubby never taught me that. I learned that on my own. But here we go. This is the trick. Ring mold. So now you can also decide how big you want to make your latkes. And like I said, you have consistent sizing and shaping now. You know exactly how many latkes you have, and you have no surprises when you go to fry them on latke day. Okay, boom. So boom, boom, boom. Let's pretend I did all this whole batch. Don't worry, they won't go to waste. I'm going to feed my Maccabees behind me. So as you can see, cute little pucks, size, shape, consistent. So that's where we are here. Now, because they're frozen, we want to start off with the oil at a low temperature because we don't want to scorch the outside and have raw frozen potato on the inside. So we'll start low, and if I have to bring it up, we'll bring it up after. Also important to use a high smoking oil. You can't use olive oil. You need to use something like canola or vegetable oil. It's a bit hot. Just gonna add a little more oil to cool it down. Boom, okay. So be careful while you're doing this. Obviously, never ever use water if stuff starts to happen. You gotta smother this. Okay, I'm gonna turn it up now. And here you go, you're off to the races. Latkes are in. Like I said, you can make these days in advance, even more, freeze them. That way, when you're all stressed out and your whole family's coming over, all you gotta do is throw them in the pan. You don't have to worry about the big mess that you made the day before. Also important, the type of spatula. Metal, and it's got the holes. So when you go to take out your latkes, all the residual oil is dripping out. You guys see this? Boom.
Looking good.
Go and turn that up a bit. Now what you want to do when the latkes come out is some paper towel. Super important, okay? Anything coming out of a fryer or a frying pan, you want to just get that oil sucked out right away. So the paper towel helps with that. And we're also going to use some kosher rock salt at the very end to finish off that seasoning, enhance the flavor, but it's also to suck out some of that oil that was left inside.
Daniel, we're getting a couple of questions in here. Maybe we can get to a few of them. John wants to know, for seniors like him who have to watch their diet, can you bake them instead of frying them?
For sure. You might want to use a little bit of oil, but you can bake them. You might not get the exact same result. For sure, bake them. There's also a lot of variations. Can you guys see all right? I'm going to move you a bit closer. You could always use other root vegetables too, like parsnip and beets and carrots. One of my favorites is zucchini and carrots. It's a little bit more nutritious, a little bit healthier. But for sure, this is not super duper healthy.
Arnold wants to know, can you use peanut oil?
Peanut oil is good. It's got a high smoking rate too.
All right.
For sure. You really want to just stay away from the olive oil and stuff like that. It can be done. You just have a much lower smoking rate. Give me a new mask. Matt.
Those of you just tuning in, we're live with Falafel Yoni's chef and owner, Daniel Mason, frying up some Hanukkah goodness, making latkes live from Falafel Yoni. If you haven't already, check them out. I'm sure they're doing takeout, 54 Rue St. Theater West. Daniel, you guys doing takeout?
Oh, for sure. It's all we're doing these days.
Check them out online. Go visit them. Try some of these delicious latkes for yourself.
Boom. Here, I'll move the camera so you guys could get a better look. But these are looking good. So there you go. Super easy. The way I did it, everything's done ahead of time. You're just throwing them into the oil, letting them get nice golden brown, crispy. That's basically it, guys. A lot of variations, like I said, with the other root vegetables, make it a little healthier, a little bit more color. You can always add some chopped herbs, stuff like that. I don't love sour cream. I really don't get why we serve anything with the word sour in it, but we definitely do applesauce. It has a nice contrast. Boom, just checking the other side. I'm gonna turn this back up a bit. We have a lot of latkes to fry. Maybe I'll get another pan going. Good. And then just to be a little bit fancy, some nice herbs. You could always use dill, chives, whatever you got. Dill and chives are like the classic Jewish staples. Today we're using parsley. Just give it that little upscale restaurant look. Boom. And like
I got a question over here. It's coming in from Jeff. Valid point, actually. What happens to sour cream when it goes bad? Is it no longer sour? Is it more sour?
I don't know. I don't mess with that stuff.
Jeff, try it out. Let us know. We all want to know the answer.
One thing you can do too is get them lined up on your paper towel and just leave them in the oven, low temperature, while you're, especially if you're serving guests right away. You can kind of just keep them warm. They'll continue to cook just a little bit. Okay, boom. Look how good these look. Okay, these are coming out. Like I said, right onto my paper towel and kosher rock salt right away.
Looks
and
amazing.
While these sit, you know, add another batch. Got to be able to multitask. Boom. Phil, you coming over?
You know what? I'm just around the corner. I'm here at Summit Tech Studio. I'm on Saint Laurent, Chabanel. I might have to drive by on the way home. So
Oh, you could probably smell these.
I could smell them from here. It's either that or my cologne. Ladies and gentlemen, we are running low on time, so you know what? We're going to have to cut the questions short.
Boom.
Daniel,
I'm done. Thank you very much.
I'm coming by on the way home. I'm coming to get some for the drive back to Dollard. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Chef owner Daniel Maislin, Falafel Yanni, 54 St. Theater West. Check him out. Daniel, thanks for being here with us today.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great evening.
So we've been through the climate, we've baked some latkes, and now the moment I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for. It's time to win some free stuff. It's time to play JNF's IQ Trivia. Now, for those of you who played in the past, you know the drill. For those of you who joined us for the first time, we're going to go through it real quick. You each received an email on your phone, your tablet, wherever it may be. You got to go to that email right now. It's the same email that gave you the Zoom information that got you here tonight. There is a part that says your QR code. Now, if you're looking at that code on a computer, you're going to take your second device. You do need 2 devices. Take your second device, point the camera at your computer, snap the QR code. It's going to take you straight to the game. If you're looking at that email on your second device, your phone, your tablet, your iPad, go straight to the email, click on the link to play. That's all you have to do. It's going to bring you to a room. Now, we do encourage that you get to an area in your house where you have the best Wi-Fi connection. If you lose connection, you get disconnected from the game, don't stress. Don't start typing in the chat. Just refresh the page. You will join back in. You will not have lost any points you gained already. You will just have lost points for the questions you were not able to answer. Number 1 rule, you registered under a certain name. If you registered under Phil Frey, you got to make sure your screen name is changed right now to Phil Frey. If your screen name and your trivia name don't match, we can't justify giving you a prize. Sorry. I'm going to give you all just a couple of seconds to log in. While we're playing trivia, we're actually going to be giving away a couple of gift cards, courtesy of our generous sponsors tonight, and another prize that we're going to get to once we get to a random draw. So how that's going to work is throughout the trivia, we're playing 3 rounds worth points, 1 round for practice. We're just going to randomly call names. If your name is selected, you want a prize just for showing up. That's all it took. You clicked to register for free. You showed up. You're going to win some shopping money. It's that easy. And at the end of the night, before we say goodnight, we are actually going to be auctioning off live from Climukah a second Schwinn electric scooter, courtesy of Darrell. So Ron, I'm going to ask you to bring up the trivia screen. We're going to give everyone a couple of seconds. Go back to that email you got today. You have to do click to play on your second device or take a picture of it if it's on your computer, on your tablet, iPhone, whatever it may be. We're going to let Ron bring up the screen right here. Ron, give you a second while everybody else just logs in. Once again, pull up those QR codes. Make sure that your name is matching on Zoom as it is on your trivia app. Give y'all a couple of seconds. Ron from Summit Tech's going to bring up our screen. That's it. The moment we've been waiting for. It's time to play some trivia. Here's your chance to win. So once again, we're playing for the grand prize, the only prize, a electric scooter from Schwinn, courtesy of Dorel, valued at $400. If you don't win, don't worry. We're giving away some gift cards throughout the trivia, and you will have a chance to bid live in the Zoom chat on a Schwinn scooter as well. The perfect holiday gift for your kids, your siblings, your parents, for yourself if you've been a good boy or girl. All right, Ron, we're going to give him one more second here. Now, as we said, we got a couple of questions coming in. So Lynn wants to know, don't get it. You need two devices, guys. You need one device, which is what you're watching the Zoom on, your computer, your tablet, whatever it may be, and a second device to actually answer the question. So we're going to give you a couple of seconds. If you registered after a certain time today, you unfortunately did not receive a QR code. The registration time cutoff for trivia was at 6 p.m. So if you did not get that email because you registered for this event after 6 p.m., there's unfortunately, you may still win a gift card. You could still bid on the scooter. Now, I hope you guys were all focusing on Jeff's story before, because there's a couple of questions coming up that have to do with climate, have to do with Climukah, and Jeff, he gave you your cheat sheet. You didn't even know it. All you had to do was listen to Jeff, and he gave you your cheat sheet. Now, someone's asking how to change your screen name. You can go to your name you can click on participants at the bottom of the Zoom, go to your name, click on the ... and rename yourself. So if your name says Famille Amar, you're going to want to change it to the name you registered as. We're going to give you guys all a couple of seconds. Again, if you registered after 6 p.m.'s cutoff, I'm sorry. We apologize. These codes need to be generated. It takes time. It takes labor. You will not be able to play the game, but you will potentially win some free gift cards as we go along. Ron, how are we doing over there as far as logins? Logins looking good? Okay, keep logging in. We're going to get this going just to get you practicing. The first 3 questions are for 0 points. They're just practice questions. Ron, our first practice question, 0 points. Let's do this. JNF Canada recently changed its slogan. What is its new slogan? Just do it, grab a friend and plant the tree, building Israel together. I'm loving it. 29 of you knew that our new slogan is in fact building Israel together. And with your help, hopefully we're going to get to our goal. That is our first practice question. Question number 2, still worth 0 points. Here we go. How much funding is the Climate Solutions Prize offering? $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million. We're talking USD. We're not talking rubles. We're not talking shekels. We're not talking pesos. The Climate Solutions Prize, powered by JNF, is going to be offering up to $1 million in funding to help fight the climate crisis. Ron, we're going to take one little second, let a couple last people log on in. We're getting a couple of messages over here. Make sure they're all good. They're all good. Okay, so far everyone looks good. Now for our next question, you're going to hear a song. You're going to see a video. I'm going to read you the question before. You have 11 seconds once that video starts to answer that question. Question 3, it's 0 points. Which Broadway musical featured this beloved hit?
And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
You have Disney Plus, you know it's Hamilton. Congratulations to the 25 players who got that right. Don't worry if you got it wrong. Those were our 3 practice questions. Now, before we get to the real stuff, Ron, I'm feeling generous. The holidays are this week. Let's give away our first random draw prize. Ron, generate me a name. Who's winning an Amazon gift card? Our first winner is Arnold Rossner. Arnold, congratulations. You just won a gift card. We're going to be in touch with you later this week about sending you your gift card. Congratulations. You are also receiving 100 eco-friendly straws, courtesy of Ben Bright. We're going to help make your future parties in 2021, 2022, hopefully, eco-friendly and better for the environment. Congratulations, Arnold. It's time to get to the real reason we're all here, to win some prizes, to rack up the points. Now, round one, each question is worth up to 100 points. That means the quicker you answer, the better chance you have of getting those 100 points. You take a couple of extra seconds, you're not getting the full 100. So get those fingers moving. Our first question worth 100 points. Ron, here we go. Which of the following is not considered to be a source of renewable energy? Hydropower, wind, solar, natural gas. "32 of you knew that the answer is natural gas. Congratulations. Sorry for the one person who thought it was solar. I'm really sorry to the 3 who thought it was hydropower. Congratulations to the 32. Question number 2, still worth 100 points. Here we go. What does the word Hanukkah mean? Candles, triumph, dedication, festival of lights. Whether you spell it with an H, a CH, or a double K, it's also called Festival of Dedication. Congratulations to the 6 players. We wanted the meaning. What does the word Hanukkah mean? I know it's the Festival of Lights in quotations. It's the meaning of that word. Congratulations to the 6 of you who knew that one. Ron, let's take a little look at the leaderboard. We've got John coming in at 118 points. Jackie coming in at 102, Shelly at 88, Michael at 82, Ofair at 66, Alex at 65, Jared at 64, Ali at 62. Let's keep this going. Question 3, worth up to 100 points. Here we go. Who of the following had the longest run on the Billboard Top 100? Lil Nas X, Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, The Beatles. Only one of you knew this, but Billy Ray Cyrus helped carry Lil Nas X to the top of the Billboard 100 for 17 weeks straight, an all-time record. Congratulations to the one person who knew that one. Ron, moving along. Question 4, still round 1, still worth up to 100 points. Here we go. Name the former F1 driver who recently joined the Climate Solutions Prize. Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, Lance Stroll, Jacques Villeneuve. 22 of you were listening to Jeff Hart. It is Nico Rosberg, a Finnish-German former F1 driver who won in 2016 the Formula One World Championship. He drove for Mercedes. Congratulations to the 22 of you who either knows your F1 or was paying attention during Jeff's talk. Either way, you got those points. Way to go. Our last question for round 1, worth up to 100 points. Ron? Which of these countries emits the most carbon dioxide? China, the USA, the UK, Russia. With nearly double the second place country, China is coming in at 10.06 GT. The US follows them at 5.41, and India comes in third at 2.65. Let's take a look at our leaderboard after our first round. Ali has made the way to the top at 208. Jamie's coming in at 185. Ilana is coming in at 175. John has dropped to 176. Noah is at 175. Jackie at 173. Ofair still hanging in there at 166. And Aubrey has made onto the leaderboard at 165. It's time to give you a Hanukkah gift. Ron, let's give him some shopping money. Jessica Shuecki, congratulations. You just won a gift card. We will be in touch with you. You will receive it by email. You will also receive the eco-friendly straws courtesy of Ben Bright. Thank you, Jessica, for being here with us tonight. We do ask that if you were selected as a random winner, and if by chance you do win the grand prize at the end of trivia, showed some holiday spirit, we ask you to please put the random draw prize back into the pot so we can give as many gifts away as possible tonight. But in the meantime, congratulations, Jessica. You just won a gift card to a little holiday shopping. We're moving on to round 2. The questions get harder. The points are more. These questions are up to 225 points. Once again, faster you answer, the more points you can get. Now, for our next question, you're going to have to pay attention to the screen above and tell me, name the singer who's not only lighting her Hanukkah candles this week, but also sang this 2013 Disney hit.
Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care.
22 of you knew that Adina Menzel is indeed Jewish. She is celebrating Hanukkah this week, and hopefully she's not lighting those candles too close to Olaf. One of my favorite movies, one of my favorite songs. Congratulations to the 22 of you who knew that one. Ron, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Let's see how we're going here. The points just got a little higher. The questions got a little tougher. Get a little leaderboard check here. Ali's still up there. Jonah's coming in close. Michael is right in there, just 2 points behind. Ilana fighting in there. It's a tight, tight, tight race. Really start moving those fingers quickly. Every point counts. Round 2, the questions are still worth up to 225 points. Question 2, here we go. Which is the highest temperature ever recorded in Saddam, Israel? 49.9 Celsius, 49.2 Celsius, 48.3 Celsius, 47.9 Celsius. Think Jeff Hart. And 28 of you did. You channeled your inner Jeff. You got that question. The answer is number 1, 49.9 Celsius. I hope you weren't fooled by the 50 sign that he pointed to in the picture. Congratulations to the 28 players who got that correct. And for those of you who don't know, that's approximately 122 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot. We need to make a difference. We need to be a part of the solution. Something has to change. Moving along. Question 3, round 2, 225 points are up for grabs. Here we go. In what year was the highest selected Israeli NBA prospect picked? 2020, 2012, 2005, 1990. Just this year, just a few weeks ago to be exact, the Washington Wizards selected Deni Avdija from Maccabi Tel Aviv with the 9th overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft, making him the highest ever selected Israeli player to potentially be playing in the NBA. Congratulations to our 6 NBA fans over here. You got it. Keep the questions coming. Round 2, question 4, here we go. Which famous 90s celebrity was named in 2 of Adam Sandler's Hanukkah songs? Yasmin Bleeth, Happy Gilmore, O.J. Simpson, Deborah Messing. O.J. Simpson, he is still not a Jew, but he was in 2 of the Hanukkah songs, and 15 of you knew that one. Congratulations. Moving on to our last question of round 2. Still worth up to 225 points. Here we go. What is the largest city in Israel by area? Tel Aviv, Beersheba, Dimona, Eilat. Three of you are clearly reading Wikipedia. You're clearly spending a lot of time on Google during COVID, because Dimona is 173 kilometers square, followed by Tel Aviv at 52 kilometers square, and you have Jerusalem just ahead of that at 125.1 kilometers square. 3 players knew that one. Now, before we give away another random prize, let's go to the leaderboard, see where we stand after 2 rounds. Ali, you're still sitting there at number 1. Michael, 1 question can change this all. Jackie, you're in there. Ilana at 606. Off there coming in at 579. Jessica at 567. Aubrey at 518. And John at 512. It's a tight, tight race. We have 5 more questions to go. We're going to find a winner. But before we get to that, Ron, 'tis the season. And Amanda Berkovich, you are walking away with a gift card thanks to our support of Mo Liebman Legal, Ben Bright, he's given you eco-friendly straws. Amanda Berkovich, thank you for being a part of this tonight. Ron, let's give our sponsors a little shout out. Tonight really could not be made possible. The event, the gifts, Dorel, who gave us 2 electric Schwinn scooters, one of which we're playing for right now. The other we're going to auction off right after this. Liebman Legal, Summit Tech for helping us with this app. Last round, let's do this. Up to 350 points, dig deep. It's for all the marbles. Here we go. Approximately how many bones is a baby born with? 206, 255, 282, 300. Four of you knew that a baby is in fact born with approximately 300 bones, which eventually do fuse together and become closer to about 206 bones as we become adults. So congratulations to the 4 players who got that one. And Michael, he brought you to the top of the leaderboard. Jackie, you jumped. Allie, still in there. Let's keep the questions coming. Question 2, round 3, here we go. Which character from Friends says the Hanukkah blessing in real life? Monica and Ross, Rachel and Chandler, Ross and Phoebe, Chandler and Phoebe. Ross and Phoebe from Friends say the Hanukkah blessing. That's right, David Schwimmer, Lisa Kudrow. Not only does he dress up as the Hanukkah armadillo on the show, he does in fact light his Hanukkah candles from year to year, and 11 of you did know that. So congratulations to the 11 players. We're moving along. Next question, round 3. Here we go. What year was the Paris Agreement signed? 2014, 2016, 2018, 2020. (2016), the place, the UN headquarters in New York. Congratulations to the 15 players who got that one. Michael, you're sitting at top at 1173. Jackie at 1078. Ilana, you're still hanging in there. Jonah, Robin, Allie, Michael, Mark, keep fighting. We have a few more questions left. Take it to the finish line. Question 4, worth up to 350 points. Here we go. Which Jewish comedian received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2018? Sarah Silverman, Bette Midler, Joan Rivers, Chelsea Handler. Little Jewish geography for all of you. Sarah Silverman is actually the sister-in-law of Yosef Abramovitz. Now, who's Yosef Abramovitz? Well, he's part of the global advisory for the Climate Solutions Prize. If you joined us for the launch, you would have heard about this. If you didn't, it's up on YouTube. Check it out. Great speaker, also related to Sarah Silverman. And most importantly, he is part of our cause. He's helping us being a part of the solution. Congratulations to the 16 players who got that one right. Now, this is the last question for round 3. This is it. This is for all the marbles. If you're sitting there at the top, you're fighting for that first place, you're fighting to get that Schwinn scooter. This is it. Last question, up to 350 points. Here we go. Which of the Canadian Great Lakes is known to be the deepest? Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, Lake Erie. (21 of you knew that the answer is indeed Lake Superior. Congratulations to the 21 players. You clearly paid attention to geography back in high school, possibly elementary school as well. Ron, before we give away the grand prize, let's do one more random draw. Feeling generous, it's the holiday season. And Karen Biskin, you're walking away with a gift card courtesy of JNF Future. Congratulations, you're getting those straws as well. Happy Hanukkah. Congratulations, Karen, we will be in touch with you. Now, we're about to announce the winner of the first Schwinn scooter, after which, don't go anywhere, we're gonna auction one off. All you have to do for the auction is type in a bid. Now, the bids are only gonna be sent to me, so don't worry about privacy over here. Everything is confidential, it's just between you and me. We're gonna be auctioning off a second Schwinn scooter right after we announce the winner, so hang tight, don't go anywhere. Ron, the winner of Climukah's trivia segment is Jackie Dakeman with 1,471 points. Jackie, congratulations. Mazel tov, you won. We're going to get in touch with you. We're going to have that scooter shipped to you this week. It is currently sitting at the JNF Montreal office. You will have it in your possession by end of week. Congratulations. Congratulations to Michael. Congratulations to Jonah, Ed Roddick, Robin Adigal. So close. But you guys can still get that scooter if you want, because ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a little virtual live auctions. And thank you to our sponsors, Darrell, for those 2 scooters, one of which we're about to auction off, Liebman Legal, Summit. Thank you to all of you for being here tonight. Now, here's what we're going to do. We have 2 of those scooters. We just gave away one. I know you wanted to win it, but here's your chance to still get that Hanukkah present. This scooter is valued at $400. We're starting the bids at only $100. That's a steal of a deal. That's a Black Friday sale, week after Black Friday. All you have to do right now is type in your bids into the chat. They're coming directly to me. We're calling out those bids right now. We got our first bid is coming in at 100. We got 118. We got 120. The current bid is at 120. Guys, the value is $400. We got 150 coming in. Another 150. We got 200 coming in. We're getting there, guys. Come on. This is all going to a great cause. 200, 222. No, 201 is less than 222. You want to go higher than 222. The highest bid right now is $222 for a $400 scooter. Remember, if you go above 400, you could get a tax receipt. I'm just saying. We're at 250 right now with the highest bid. The highest bid is at $250. Guys, money's going to save the climate. Great deed. 'Tis the season. We got 256. Okay, $4 up. We got 256. We're coming in at 256, 260, 265. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. A $400 valued Schwinn scooter. 281 is our current bid right now. Keep them going. Keep them 282. Okay. You want to play that game? 282. $299. Do I hear 3 anywhere? $300. It's valued at 4. We got $300. We are currently at $300. It's valued at $400. This would make the greatest Hanukkah gift. Do I hear 301, 350? Current highest bid is 300. We got 300 going once. We got 318. We got 318. We've got 326. 326 is our highest bid. Who's going to be 326? Come on. This is it. This is the time. 'Tis the season. $350. $350 is the highest bid right now to win a Schwinn electric scooter. We've got 352. This one's really good. You want that scooter. You're really nudging them. 352 is our highest bid right now. Do I hear 400? Let's go an even 4. Do we hear 400? We got 352. Is anybody willing to take this? 375. 375 is the current highest bid. It's worth $400. 375 is our current bid. Anybody. I got 376. Okay, we got 376. $1. You came in at 375. Are you really going to lose it for that $1? Don't let that be your make it or break it point. 376 is our current highest bid. 377. All right, now we're literally going dollars for dollars here. The next one to come in at 400, 399. 399. It's going once. It's going twice. Sold for $399. Congratulations. You're walking away with a brand new Schwinn scooter courtesy of Dorel, our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for being here with us tonight. Really, it's a very important project to us here at JNF. We can't make this happen without your help and support. Get involved. Anything you can do now. You want to help us by chairing events in 2021. We'd love to hear from you. Get in touch with us. Follow us on social media. Be a part of the solution. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire JNF Future team, JNF Montreal, the Climate Solutions Prize team, thank you for being here with us tonight. We hope you had a great time. Happy holidays. Stay safe. We'll see you in 2021.
ולא יורד לי ולא יורד לי, ולא יורד לי. תל אביב, יא חביבי, תל אביב, תסתכל כמה לירדים מסביב. עושים לי היי היי בלילה וואי, וסחטיין על תל אביב. תל אביב, יא חביבי, תל אביב, תסתכל כמה לירדים מסביב. עושים לי היי היי בלילה וואי וואי, וסחטיין על תל אביב. בלבלי אותו, תעשי לו חשבון, בלבלי אותו עד שלא יוכל לישון. בלבלי אותו כמו שבלבלת אותי, בלבלי אותו, בלבלי. כמה פעמים אני אומר לך שזה הבחור לא בשבילך. כמה רגעים אני אזכיר לך שבכית לו עצת נשמתך. באנשים הוא נשבע לך שהוא מרגיש כף בגללך. כל הזמן הוא מבטיח שלא יפגע בך או בליבך.
Hello.
Hey.
Jeff, you are a
Good
rock
job.
star. Jeff, I love the tie-in to Hanukkah.